Hello and welcome to Space Recapped. The sci-fi kind can be credited with probably the most imaginative re-examinations of the real world in all of fiction. From reality-bowing experiences to future societies, this story's overwhelmed our brain past creative mind. Furthermore, we as a whole can concur that there are so many sci-fi shows out there. So it's difficult to stay aware of all. However, to make things simpler for you, we have chosen 10 best sci-fi series that are most certainly worth watching. So how about we start the video? Number 1, Into the Night, is a Belgian apocalyptic sci-fi drama thriller streaming television series created by Jason George. The story begins with when radiation from the sun causes a global disaster on Earth. Survivors on an overnight flight from Brussels race from city to city trying to stay ahead of the sun's rays by remaining in the cover of night. Struggling after the loss of her boyfriend, Sylvie is determined to get on a flight to Russia while Terenzio arrives in Brussels and appears desperate to get on any planes due west. After going through security, he decides to storm a plane heading to Russia, the same as Sylvie, with a stolen gun and demands they change its direction or they will all die because of a deadly phenomenon caused by the sun. The show centers around this foreboding cataclysmic event which sees the sun kill everyone in its path and follows our group of survivors as they face multiple obstacles, desperately running away from this deadly threat. The series is the right length with 6 episodes, squeezing in as much content into these shorter episodes as possible to make for a fast-paced thrill ride. Number 2, Yakamoz S245, is a Turkish apocalyptic sci-fi drama thriller streaming television series created by Jason George. The story begins, after disaster strikes Earth, a marine biologist on a submarine research mission must fight to survive with the crew as a conspiracy comes to light. Unique jump teacher and sea life scientist Armin is set to participate in an examination mission on board a submarine. In any case, when the sun fires killing everybody up above, Armin and his science team need to get locally available a tactical sub to get by. As they attempt to sort out what's going on up above as well as what the tactical sub's actual mission is, strains emerge between the groups, and particularly among Armin and the boat's subsequent administrator, Umut. Armin won't just battle to remain alive yet additionally will get another opportunity with his first love. Toward the finish, all things considered, he will learn that he is a legend, a pioneer, and a legend. The series premiered on Netflix on April 20, 2022 and is a spin-off of the Belgian series Into the Night. Number 3, The Silent Sea, is a 2021 South Korean streaming television series starring Bae Doona, Gong-yoo and Lee Jun. The story follows a crewed mission to retrieve samples from a lunar research base. Mostly science fiction, it also blends genres like thriller and mystery. It received generally positive reviews from critics and audiences. During a perilous 24-hour mission on the moon, space explorers tried to retrieve samples from an abandoned research facility steeped in classified secrets. Set from here on out, when the planet experiences an absence of water and food brought about by desertification. Yoon Jae is a trooper for the space organization. He is chosen for a group, including Jian, to make a trip to the moon. Their central goal is to recover a strange example from a neglected examination station. Start watching this Korean sci-fi show, you will never be disappointed. Number 4, Raised by Wolves, is an American science fiction drama television series created by Aaron Guzikowski that premiered on HBO Max on September 3, 2020. The story begins when androids are tasked with raising human children on a mysterious planet. After Earth is destroyed by strict contrasts and humanity wavers on the edge of termination, a skeptical android draftsman sends 2 manifestations, mother and father, to begin a tranquil, heathen settlement in the world Kepler 22b. From chief maker Ridley Scott, Raised by Wolves follows mother and father as they endeavor to bring human youngsters up in this baffling virgin land, a tricky and troublesome undertaking that is imperiled by the appearance of the Mithraic, a profoundly passionate strict request of enduring people. As the androids connect with this fanatical and hazardous individuals, they battle to control the convictions of their wildly self-deciding youngsters. The series was renewed for a second season shortly after its debut, and the second season premiered on February 3, 2022. The first season was met with generally positive reviews from critics, while the second season has received critical acclaim. In June 2022, the series was cancelled after 2 seasons. But this show is very binge-worthy to watch and you must watch. It is best series that I have seen before. Number 5. Lost in Space is an American science fiction streaming television series following the adventures of a family of space colonists whose ship veers off course. The story begins, after crash landing on an alien planet, the Robinson family fight against all odds to survive and escape, but they're surrounded by hidden dangers. Set 30 years later, colonization in space is presently a reality, and the Robinson family is among those tried and chosen to make another life for themselves in a superior world. However, when the new pioneers wind up suddenly removed course on the way to their new home, they should fashion new partnerships and work together to get by in a risky outsider climate, light years from their unique objective. Abandoned alongside the Robinsons are 2 untouchables who wind up put together by situation and a common skill for misdirection. The alluring Dr. Smith is an expert controller with a mysterious final plan. What's more, the tricky, however enchanting Ware West is a profoundly talented, common worker for hire, who had zero desire to join the settlement, not to mention crash arriving on a lost planet. The series runs 3 seasons and is bingo-worthy to watch. Number 6. Black Summer is an American streaming television series created by Carl Schaefer and John Hyams. The story begins, in the dark, early days of a zombie apocalypse, complete strangers band together to find the strength they need to survive and get back to loved ones. A mother, torn from her little girl, leaves upon a nerve-wracking excursion, persevering relentlessly to see as her. Pushed close by a little gathering of American evacuees, she should overcome a threatening new world and pursue fierce choices during the most destructive summer of a zombie end times. The show runs with 2 seasons and 8 episodes of each season. The show is a spin-off of Z Nation, and it was released on Netflix first season in 2019 April 11th. Number 7. The Rain is a Danish post-apocalyptic streaming television series created by Jannik Ty Mosholt, Esben Toft Jacobsen and Christian Podolivo. The story starts, after a brutal virus wipes out most of the population, 2 young siblings embark on a perilous search for safety. The world as far as we might be concerned has finished. 6 years after a fierce infection conveyed by the downpour cleared out practically all people in Scandinavia, 2 Danish kin rise out of the security of their shelter to find all remainders of development gone. Before long they join a gathering of youthful survivors and together set out on a risk-filled journey through deserted Scandinavia, looking for any evidence that something is going on under the surface. Set liberated from their aggregate past and cultural guidelines, the gathering has the opportunity to be who they need to be. In their battle for endurance, they find that even in a dystopian world there's actually love, envy, transitioning, and a considerable lot of the issues they thought they'd abandoned with the vanishing of the world they once knew. The show was premiered on Netflix 2018 May 4th. The show runs with 3 seasons. The first season have 8 episodes and the last remaining 2 seasons have each 6 episodes. I prefer to start watch this show is binge-worthy. Number 8. Resident Evil is an action horror streaming television series developed by Andrew Dabb for Netflix. The story begins with nearly 3 decades after the discovery of the T-virus. An outbreak reveals the Umbrella Corporation's dark secrets. The story happens north of 2 courses of events. The first includes 14-year-old sisters Jade and Billy Wesker moving to New Raccoon City. They come to understand that their dad might be hiding dull privileged insights that could annihilate the world. The subsequent course of events happens north of 10 years later, where just 15 million people stay, with more than 6 billion creatures and individuals being contaminated with the T infection. It follows Jade, presently 30, in her endeavors to make do in this world. The show is based on the video game series of the same name by Capcom. It is the second television adaptation of franchise after the animated miniseries Infinite Darkness and the series of the same name Welcome to the Raccoon City. The show runs with 1 season of 8 episodes. If you love the video game series Resident Evil and you also must watch this show. It's definitely worth watching. Number 9. Sisyphus is a 2021 South Korean television series starring Cho Sung-woo and Park Shin-hye. The story follows, when an unfathomable incident introduces a genius engineer to dangerous secrets of the world. And finally number 10, Tribes of Europa, is a German sci-fi television series created by Philip Koch. The story begins, in 2074, three siblings set out to change the fate of Europe after a global catastrophe causes Europe to fracture into dystopian warring tribal micro-states who vie for dominance over the other states. Three siblings get caught up in the conflict when they come into possession of a mysterious cube. The show was premiered on Netflix 2021 February 19th. And the show runs with one season of 6 episodes. I will prefer to start to watch this show if you didn't watch before. And that is all top 10 best sci-fi series that I have picked for you to watch. If you like this type of content, please consider to subscribe my channel and like this video. So, see you again for the next video.